chair calls Jessica Eubanks. If you could tell us who you are and who
Hi.
you're representing today and proceed with your testimony, Ms. Eubanks.
Good morning. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. As just mentioned, my name is Jessica Eubanks. I live in South Austin in House District 48, and I'm also from Congressional District 25. I'm a volunteer with the nonpartisan nonprofit organization Citizens Climate Lobby. I thank the committee for holding this hearing to review and consider our state's future water needs and sources. As a voter, it is important to me to see actions that fight climate change, not just actions that address its impact. Though adapting to changing water resources is obviously necessary, desalination addresses a symptom, not a cause. Let's address the symptom and the cause. For a stable climate, the best available science indicates that globally we need to reach net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050, with an important near-term goal of a 50% reduction by 2030. As you study ways to find alternative sources for water availability in Texas, I ask you to also incorporate goals and objectives to put Texas on a path to reducing greenhouse gas emissions to net zero by 2050 and 50% by 2030. The Texas 2036 report on future trends of extreme weather in Texas reminds us that planning and overseeing our natural resources in Texas without considering climate change would be like going on a trip without a map. I'd like to highlight the very high likelihood that in the coming years, Texas will see more severe droughts, sea level rise, coastal flooding, stronger hurricanes, longer lasting heat waves, and extreme rainstorms. Rapid population growth in urban areas is also expected to dramatically increase the demand for limited water supplies. I'm not a scientist, but I find all the aforementioned deeply disturbing. We need to address these issues because they threaten everyone's basic needs, having shelter, food, and water. I see how climate change threatens all of that and the day-to-day life of everyone around me. My mission as a human being is really just to try to do my best with what I create and to help other people. And I see the threat that climate change poses to people in Texas, and I think that we should help, not just by adapting, but also by being a proactive leader, stepping up and addressing the problem by reducing our greenhouse gas emissions. We need all hands on deck. Let's address the symptom and the cause. Please incorporate goals and objectives to put Texas on a path to reducing greenhouse gas emissions to net zero by 2050 and 50% by 2030. Thank you so much for listening and the opportunity to provide these comments. I'd be happy to meet with and work with members of this committee on my request. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Ms. Eubanks. Anyone have any questions? Yes, sir. Representative Paul.
Are you saying the desalination plants increase greenhouse gases?
No, I'm saying that in addition to this, we also need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions.
Since we're talking about desal.
Yeah.
Well, the energy that's used to run those plants probably, you know,
I was
there's,
thinking if you did it at the sea, maybe you could use wave energy.
yeah.
I just wanted to make clear that it's an important issue to me.
There may be thermal energy, I don't know if you're, that's available close to the site as some of these particular plants would be good. Any other questions? None? All right, we appreciate you coming today, Ms. Eubanks.